Yes, students, now you know well about weather and climate, and also we learned something different, that is the common elements of weather and climate like wind, humidity, atmospheric pressure, temperature, and precipitation. Yes, so we have seen that weather fluctuates frequently and climate takes long time. It can change but only over a long period of time. So the climate of any region depends on various factors. What are these factors? We will see. And those factors are called as climatic controls. Okay, so there are 6 major controls of the climate of any place. These are latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance from the sea or continentality, ocean currents and relief features. Now, how to remember these 6 major controls? For that, you can remember this mnemonic LAPDOR. Okay, LAP, LAPDOR. LAPDOR will remind you the 6 major controls of climate of any place. Now, obviously, we have to learn them one by one with details. So, the first climatic factor is latitude. Latitude means latitudes are nothing but the parallel lines which are going from equator to poles. The biggest latitude or longest latitude is equator. Yes, and now this is again one more known diagram for you. Along with the major latitudes, you can even see the sun rays here. Now, what is your observation? That due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy received varies according to this latitude. And as a result of that, what happens? The air temperature decreases as we move from equator to the poles. Right? So, this way latitude controls the climate. Now, let us move to now these are the keywords: curvature of the earth, the solar energy, air temperature decreases from the equator towards the pole. Now, the second factor, that is altitude. Altitude is nothing but the elevation, right? The height. So, this one equation you have to remember: higher the elevation, thinner or less the air, and less air holds less heat. That means air becomes cold. Yes or no? Very simple. Higher the elevation, thinner or less the air, that is less density of the air, and that holds less heat, and air becomes cold. So, as we move from surface of the earth to higher altitudes, the atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature decreases. And that's why, students, during summer holidays, we always prefer to go to the hills, right, to enjoy the cool climate. The third climatic control is little crucial, and that is the pressure and the wind system. Now, this particular diagram of pressure and wind system again is familiar to you. So, along with this pressure and diagram, here I have mentioned some major latitudes. Okay. So, my first question is, can you observe these latitudes? Obviously, yes. You can easily observe these major latitudes, right? And what it tells you, that you have just now you have seen, because of the curvature of the earth, every latitude will vary in receiving the sun's heat, right? So there would be a variation of temperature on these latitudes. Then now you see here different atmospheric pressure. Yes, on these latitudes there are different atmospheric pressure. For example, on this equator we have low pressure belt, right? On polar you have high pressure belt. Yes, so the low pressure and high pressure you can quickly observe here. Now one more thing, can you see here the wind pattern? Yes, wind pattern. Can you observe what is the wind pattern in northern and southern hemisphere? Yes, you are right. The wind is blowing from high pressure to the low pressure. See here, it is coming from high pressure to the low pressure. Yes, the same pattern we can follow in the southern hemisphere also. Yes, now see, wind moves from high pressure to the low pressure. Now you have to tell me, can you see here the names of these wind? Westerlies, easterlies. So don't you think the names is given from the direction from where those are coming? Yes, so the westerlies are coming from the west direction and easterlies are from the east. Very easy to remember. So these trade winds are also called as easterly trade winds. Okay, so these were the general observation that you have to always remember whenever you see this pressure and wind system. But how does it relate to the thing of controlling the climate? So the pressure and the wind system of an area depends on latitude and altitude of the place. That is what we have seen, right? And it influences the temperature and rainfall pattern. That's why you can see here, now this is the half of that earlier diagram. See here, these are the pressure belts, and on every pressure belt these are the typical climate we get. Yes, so the pressure and the wind system of an area influences the temperature and rainfall pattern. Okay, now the another very interesting climatic factor, that is distance from the sea. Yes, now you can see here, before that we have to understand one simple concept. Let us see. Now you can see here the water body and the land area. Okay, imagine now during day sun is giving order to these two kids, land and sea, to increase their temperature. Sun is giving order. Land is a very obedient girl and she says, okay, I will increase my temperature. So she heats quickly and even she cools also fast during night. Okay, but this water body, sea or ocean, it's like little, adamant son or a boy. He says, no, I will not accept your order so quickly. I will take little time. So sea normally heats up and cools slowly. Always remember this. Okay. So what happens now? During the day, the land becomes warmer. Because of that, hot air rises. Yes. And what happens then? There comes the low pressure, because hot air is going up. Now the low pressure is created on the land mass. But there on the water body or the sea is still cool. And that's why the temperature is less. And there the high pressure is generated. Now we know the air or wind always move from high pressure to low pressure. Now this wind is coming from sea or the water body. That's why it is called as sea breeze. So another name of that sea breeze is onshore wind. Yes, these things you have to remember. Land heats and cools fast, and exactly reverse of that. And sea breeze, another name is onshore wind. Sea breeze move from sea to the land. Okay, exactly happens opposite. During night, land cools fast, sea cools slowly. Now, yeah, right. And now what is the situation here? Land is a cooler comparatively, temperature is less, high pressure is here. Water retains warmth. Now here temperature is high and low pressure is created. Now wind is going to move from high pressure to the low pressure, and it is moving from land. That's why it is called as land breeze. Another name of land breeze is offshore wind. Okay. This particular knowledge was required to make you understand how does this particular control works, climatic control works, distance from the sea. Okay, for that we have to take help of our map of India. Now you can observe here the long coastal line. So obviously we are going to see the land breeze and sea breeze. Okay, so because of the land breeze and sea breeze, there is a moderating impact on weather of the coastal lines. Okay, there would be increase in humidity level, higher precipitation, normal temperature in areas is affected. Yes, and sometimes we can even experience thunderstorms on the coastal lines, right? So these are some places like Western Ghat here, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, or the entire coastal line here in Odisha. Yes, but the interior places of India, there the situation would be quite different, because this land breeze, sea breeze, this exchange of wind is not happening here. So the moderating impact would be less on these places, right? And moderating impact is not there. That means the extreme weather condition would be experienced by these places. This is called as continentality. Okay, what happens there? It is like very hot during summers and very cold during winters. So this is something about distance from the sea. Okay. Now the next climatic factor is ocean currents. Ocean currents, this again, this diagram you know very well. So you can see here warm ocean currents in red and cold ocean currents in blue. So very simple, warm ocean currents will give you warm climate, cold ocean currents will give you cold climate, provided they are, the wind are onshore. Okay. Now the last climatic control is relief. Relief means what? It is the vertical elevation. So we can have mountains, plateau, plain. This also controls the climate of any place. So whenever we talk about relief, okay, we always think about hills, and then hills are there, then we always think about orographic rainfall. Okay, orographic rainfall means what? Because the suppose wind from these water bodies, this wind which is carrying the moisture, this hillside, there would be a windward slope, and windward slope will get heavy rains, right? And when they crosses these hills and they come to the other side of the hill, which is the leeward side of the hill, the dry air cannot give much of a rainfall, and they will experience drought like a condition, right? And that would be the rain shadow area. Okay, now these high mountains, here the high mountains sometimes acts as a barrier for cold wind like Himalayas. Okay, and here you can see the Western Ghat. The orographic rainfall can be experienced on the Western Ghat, and this place of the the Deccan Plateau can experience that would be a dry land. Okay, that is called as a rain shadow areas. Okay, so those areas would be relatively dry areas. Yes, students. So we have seen the climatic controls, 6 climatic controls. Yes, and we know how to remember it. And these are few questions. You will get the link. So please, you have to try these questions. There is no option. So till my next video, just take care and enjoy your weather. Bye-bye.